This is Duke University.
I don't do social media. I don't do Twitter. I don't do twerping. I don't do twerping. I just got introduced last month to the flip cell phone.
Oh, wow.
And I'm from the old era, and I admit it. You know, I feel that I've been blessed. You know, I've not been damaged by that. So I've had a whole list of experience. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that every generation has its own medium of communication. And they change, the technology changes. And it's not the medium of communication that's critical. What's critical is the message. Because what we're looking for is the development of a movement and not a dialogue. A dialogue is important in helping people to understand what the movement ought to be and where the movement ought to be going, but merely engaging in the dialogue doesn't move us toward the political realities that we want to focus on. Amen. So it's not the medium; it's the message, and the critical part is understanding what is the message, and what is the history of the message. And what are the possibilities? Tim talks about, and I didn't want to go back to ancient history, 1865, 1870, 1880, when you had this interracial cooperation in North Carolina, where you had African Americans who helped to develop the North Carolina Constitution that is in place right now. That's important history for people to know. Otherwise, they think that the Constitution is a relic of days gone bad, when all we have to do is go back and understand the genius of what it was that the people were, and that's a part of the message, because that can lead us to what is it that we ought to be trying to focus on today. And I think that Tim makes this notion of coalitions. How do we develop coalition that reaches out across our own individual interests to deal with those political realities that other people have where they have been dispossessed, and helping them to understand how they've been disenfranchised and how we can join together as a part of the movement and carrying this message so that people understand better. And not, we use the medium as tools. And that's because next week it's going to be something else, you know, and that's why stock market's going up and down. You know, every time they invent something, every other 5 weeks, it's something new. What you got now is out of date, you know. But if we have a movement with a message that everybody is moving toward, then the medium isn't critical, because you're reaching a generation with the medium that you're using. But there's another media community that I'm reaching as I walk into the church and use that old time religion methodology. And when I go into the bars and the clubs and other places that I have contact with, carrying this message as a part of that movement.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.